I feel like a Republican. I don't like your lifestyle, boy.
No
boy.
lifestyle. Your choices.
Your choices of veganism is hurting me in the following ways. This is your intervention. Put the meat in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Everybody likes a piece of meat sometimes.
And there it is. I never needed anyone. That's drama.
Sorry, I'm playing the violin for you. Keep going.
Celine Dion's all by myself.
I know. Do it.
I can't keep going.
Do it.
And making love was just for fun.
It's always for fun.
Those days are gone.
Oh, they're not. Keep going. Wasting my violin time.
All by myself. We're not doing that. Welcome back.
We're back. Yeah.
We're going to cut that
We took
from the beginning.
No, we're not going to cut that.
God damn it.
We took a little break.
Yeah, we took a break, and it's my fault. I had a biking accident where I dislocated my shoulder and tore some ligaments and had a bit of a fracture in the bone and everything. So we are back.
Yes.
20, 30, 40 pounds heavier. Totally broken.
You just got a surgery too?
Yeah, I had surgery. The accident was so bad that I had surgery on my shoulder to reconnect everything. And now it goes up this high, which is really good progress from where it was. So we're getting there. But sorry about the break.
It's great. We're talking today about nutrition. And I think that you always have up and downs because it's not only how much work you put in dedication, it's also about due to injuries or due to emotional distress or different types of problems. But it's always good to know how to come back and how to get back into the train. And one of the main parts of that is nutrition.
For sure.
Just like fitness, nutrition has to be something that works for you. Same things doesn't work for everybody, just like the type of training doesn't work for everybody. I think nutrition also has to be very specialized, and it's a trial and failure process as well. You have to try what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Nowadays, there's all these sort of tests that you can do.
Through that, you can find the best nutrition plan
So there's
for you.
less. So you got less room to failure.
Yeah.
But still, it's always a trial and error process. What?
Back in my day,
how
you
fucking dare you?
You couldn't pee in a cup and they told you to go on the carnivore diet. We were just talking the other day about, what works best for my body versus what works best for you, which are very different. We're very different people, but even physically, there's so many different things. I can't be on your diet or your nutrition plan, and you can't be on mine.
I think it's important always to look for guidance, to look for somebody who knows what they're doing, who can help you on your progress with the nutrition part, who can tweak some fits and find where the main issues are with your diet. And like I said, trial and error process.
So this is the worst part for me because I feel like I can do it all on my own.
But you can't.
No.
Even if you're a coach, even if you know what to do,
exactly.
You need somebody to guide you and tell you what to do. Coaches need coaches.
Coaches need coaches for sure. But and you can know what to do till you're blue in the face.
It's always good to have somebody to make you accountable. Everybody knows that it's not easy. Like nowadays, there is all these supplements and stuff that people are taking. People are taking Ozempic is very famous right now as a weight loss drug. I think the main issue with fat diets or things that happen very quick is that just as quick as you lose it, you're going to gain it as quick. So I think the main part of nutrition is that it shouldn't be quick, the process of weight loss.
Right.
It should be steady, and it should be a process that takes time, because that makes sure that you change your lifestyle.
Yes.
You change the way you eat. You change the way you exercise. So it's sustainable.
I try so hard not to use the word diet because, in my opinion, that feels temporary.
Yes.
The lifestyle change
That's where
what
everything
lasts,
is. Yes.
Right? You get to a point where you can make this lifestyle change over a certain amount of time, not doing the fad diet and lose 20 pounds in in 4 weeks.
And they'll come back to you. They'll come back to you double.
Yeah,
You know,
100.
with ferocity. And I think
Ooh, ferocity.
we learned a new word today. Ferocity.
Ferocity. Spell it.
How
No,
fucking
come
are you?
on. Try. I'm sorry. It's a fun word.
F-E-R-O. I can spell it in French too.
This thing.
How dare he?
Yeah. That voice you heard in the background is God.
God.
Hi, Kim.
He tells us what not to say.
Yeah. It doesn't go over very well.
No, it doesn't.
Well, speaking of God, Kim is actually going to be our first guest on the Bravery podcast.
How about that?
Crazy. We're going to talk to him about his nutrition journey, give him some of our insights, and just talk through what it's like to be very conscious and aware of the nutrition part of your fitness lifestyle. And Kim has kind of tried it all, done it all. Big swings, big life changes. The pendulum goes one way and then right to the other. I'm into it.
What did he try?
Oh, nothing that you want him to try. So sad.
Disappointment. Brown twins activate. In the shape of.
Go interview mode. Please welcome to the Bravery podcast, God himself, Kim.
Hello. Well, thank you for having me.
Wow. First time.
We always have you behind.
Yes, you always have me
Jeez.
from behind. That is true. Now I'm in the front, feeling a little bit on the spotlight.
Good.
Well,
As you should.
As I should, yeah.
It's good to change positions all the time.
My wife says that as well.
Good.
Yes, Kim,
Yes,
like, get
smart.
off me, she says.
Smart girl.
Get off of me.
Try
And
something else.
that's how you're going to be a daddy.
Yeah, I'm going to be a daddy.
Congratulations.
A real daddy, not daddy to this
How dare you?
Fuck you.
fun story. Just a quick note. We had a baby shower.
Yeah.
And Christina sitting next to me, she opening the gifts, and I'm reading the cards. And then I don't understand. Everything is pink. Like, you get the card, it's pink. You know, she opened it, and then the wrapper is pink. I was like, what the fuck? Is this a coincidence? Why is it pink? And I was like, yes, we're getting a daughter. So I could not understand it. I was like,
quit.
did they went to the same shop? It's like,
Oh, Kim.
Where's the green? Where's the blue?
No such thing. The one baby store in town only has pink. Nice hoochie daddy shorts.
thank you. I just got them.
Welcome.
I
I
had the shortest shorts.
That has to be
Even
the thing.
shorter than mine is even shorter than
Yeah.
Jose's.
Well, I have the short ones under.
I think that has to be the thing. When we have a guest, they have to wear hoochie daddy shorts.
Tiny shorts.
Tiny shorts. Today's episode is about nutrition. And Kim, you've had quite the interesting journey
Yeah.
with how you go about nutrition in regards to your fitness. Want to tell us about where you started, where you're going, where you're at now? Because it's wildly different.
Well, I can do just a summary of
Yeah,
the choices, and then we can go into the why
great.
I did it. So yeah, for the last 10 years, I have been vegan.
What?
What? Well, for those who don't know, it's plant-based food or diet or lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you don't eat any meat nor fish, still an animal, except for my dad says. You don't eat. I mean, you know, no eggs, no dairy. You don't eat. I mean, you don't eat honey.
Isn't the running joke with vegans is like, I'm fully vegan until I get drunk and then I have chicken nuggets? No? That wasn't your journey?
Well, I was the very annoying vegan in the beginning because you're enlightened. So then I was like, hey, I'm vegan. Hey, I'm vegan. Hey, I'm vegan.
You're one of those.
I was one of those, and I wanted everyone else to be vegan because for me it was like what I learned was like this is the way you should be vegan.
Was it more of a diet choice, or was it like a moral standing ground or something like that?
First, it was actually for maybe the moral, but more for the environment. Because then, well, the whole story is So I was in Australia and I was dating this girl and she turned vegan. And I was like, fuck. I coming from a Swedish, meat, potato, all of it.
The power of pussy.
No!
Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
I was madly in love with this girl.
It's real.
I will back up the story later, but we just kind of summarize this. So, and then she was talking about it and talking, and I was like, fuck, no, I didn't even, I was annoyed at vegetarians. I was like, fucking get off my back, just let me eat whatever I want. And then she turns vegan. I was like, what? Why? Like, then eventually she was talking about the environment. I was like, what? What do you mean? The environment.
Yeah.
And then she kind of says, we animals or the farming or agriculture is a big part of it. I was like, really? Like, I had no idea. And then she made me watch, well, not made me, I watched it on my own accord, Cowspiracy. After the movie, I just went vegan. And then I think it was environment, health, animals.
Okay.
And kind of that order. And then it kind of been those three. But when I said that to another vegan in Sweden, she went fucking nuts. You're
Why?
only vegan for animals. It's like, whoa, relax.
Okay.
There's like different standpoints.
Yes. Also a thing like, hey, veganism, people, relax. Just relax. Because I went into the kind of vegan culture in Australia. And I also think people in Australia may be more laid back, open, and stuff like that. It's just... And then coming back to Sweden, I entered some vegan groups, vegan in Malmö or vegans in Sweden, whatever. It was quite towards other vegans, it was like, I'm more vegan than you. It's
Okay.
like, what the fuck, bro? Relax. Help. Like, if I didn't know, help me out or help another fellow vegan vegan out.
Understand
Yeah.
what is it or why. Yeah.
That feels tough. That feels like kind of against.
Yeah, it's almost like a competition.
But I feel like that's against what you all believe in. If the common thread and the cause is to protect the planet or protect the animals, why are we fighting over who's more vegan than the other?
Okay, here's my take on it. Everything's my take, by the way. This is personal reference. I'm no scientist.
Come on, disclaimer.
I do declare.
You've been hanging out with us too much because
Yeah.
this move, you better work.
What is that? Tiny,
It's gay clap.
Tiny little
gay
gay
clap.
claps. Don't do that, Kim. Don't do it.
what?
It's too good.
Wow. I once made a movie called Spice Boys. It was my first movie ever.
What?
Yeah.
We'll
Not
come back to the
not new
vegan
movies.
thing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I named it Spice Boys because we were only like guys in the movie. Even guys playing girls because we had no girls want to me in the
I
movie.
wanna watch this.
Yeah, can we see
It's
it?
terrible.
Are you a girl?
I mean, no, one of my friends, maybe another
No,
guest.
Kim has had this beard since he was 5. There's no way he could play the.
Okay, back to the veganism.
I don't know how we got the Spice Boys, but we'll table that for.
I can talk about kind of the culture. What I think, or my take is like, I'm eating everything now. So after 10 years of veganism, I went back. Let's say maybe 5 years ago, even more. I kind of left the community because I never said to strangers, oh, maybe someone, but I was more like, I eat plant-based. And they're like, what? Okay, vegan. And they're like, oh, well, you're not like the other vegans. No. And I know what he meant.
Yes.
Like, I know. It's like, I felt the world was doomed if we not go all the way vegan. Everyone needs to be vegan. So I believed, like genuinely believed, we all needed to be vegan. Otherwise, we die.
It's almost like a religious standpoint. Also, this is my point of view. This is not. I love watching stuff about cults and why people get into cults and why. And I'm not saying that veganism is a cult. I'm not saying that it is. There are certain things that go with it, and one of them it is that once you've invested so much time and effort into being and believing in this, you feel that there is a need for you to go and preach, to go and tell other people, look, we can make a difference. But this is every religion, every group, every cult has that because it's the investment of time that you have given to something or even a relationship.
Do you have 10 minutes to talk about our Lord and Savior, Brave Fitness?
Yes. Exactly.
Amen.
Brave is a cult too.
Yeah,
I love our cult.
Yeah.
Join the cult now.
We're a
and get
community
10%
cult.
off.
Did you just give somebody a deal? I didn't approve that. Nobody
Just
approved
use
that
your
10%.
hashtag Kim.
So you were vegan for 10 years.
Yes, for 10 years.
Explain to me or talk about when you changed from being just eating everything to going into your veganism for
Yeah.
the first couple of years. How did your body change? What did you feel? What
right.
was good? What was bad? Did you need more protein?
So when I switched, I kind of had, I was training a lot. I did farm work in Australia. So, I mean, my breakfast could be, tuna sandwich, egg or scrambled eggs. And you had some meat for dinner and lunch and mince. So what I just kind of did on the day was just switching out the meat. Also, maybe I can add to it was before, maybe a year prior to this choice or even more, I went into fitness for the first time like really ever. So I had a personal trainer who helped me, and then also with the diet. So just kind of, and then what I did to make it easier was just kind of slim it down to kind of a couple of options. So like maybe half a year, I had the same food for like ever, like for breakfast, lunch, dinner, just did the same.
What was it?
So breakfast was tuna sandwiches on like some grainy bread, and I could have some mayonnaise with mustard and maybe some boiled eggs as well. And then for lunch, it was like a mince or some chicken or some lean meat, all with rice. And then same for dinner. So I just did that because it was very simple. I just did it and I just kind of have it on routine, and it worked out. Like I gained muscles, I lost weight. So I think that was easier for me when I just switched it because I already cut out so much. Because my trainer was like, Kim, no ice cream. I was like, oh, fuck. I don't know if many of you guys do that. You start working out and you have this cheat day. And then on that cheat day, you're like, I'm going to have all of it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, and then you're like, fuck. All of your work is kind of gone.
Yep.
No, that's not real.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, I had a lot.
No, I disagree fully, and you know it.
Back to the change. So I already cut out a lot. So then on the change, I just took out the tuna and eggs. So I was like, oh, I had a Vegemite sandwich. I love Vegemite. I just did a chili, but I just took out the meat and added some chickpeas,
Sure.
something like that, and lots of vegetables. So I just kind of had that. So the first month, I was not good. I mean, my whole body. What came out the bag that was green. I mean, it was green liquid. I'm just telling you that.
And
so much fiber.
I'm out again.
I felt great. I felt I had energy, more energy. Could be that it was just loaded up on carbs. It's like, meh.
Yeah, I mean, I think that hard of a change and kind of relying on carbohydrates as your energy source, the shock to your system probably felt good because at the same time you were probably getting quite lean. The point I'm trying to make is that how healthy is that?
I don't know.
It's really tough to find that balance of like, yes, I'm going to make this super drastic change to a different eating lifestyle, but
It might work.
is this actually good for me?
It might work for you. It might not work.
I did cook a lot of food. Like I did soups and spinach, kale, all of it. And then I lived with Yuval. He also was vegan. So we kind of cooked food together, went out to eat. And there was tons of restaurants in Sydney and Bondi Beach. It was vegan everywhere. I mean, so it was quite easy just kind of be vegan. It wasn't like, oh, what should I eat? And
Right.
it was quite easy. So no, I felt good. I mean, you hang out with other vegans, and food wise, you had lentils, all of it. You felt you had enough.
Yeah.
But maybe it could be. I still worked out almost the same. I didn't notice if I lost any kind of mass. I think I noticed that later, like years later when I came back home. But then I didn't train as much. I didn't have that same. I moved back to Sweden again. It was just kind of okay. How do I adapt here again?
Mm-hmm.
And I lost all of that kind of vegan friends, and it was tough being kind of the outcast. I say sorry to all my friends. I have already done many times because I was like, hey, you should be vegan. Hey, you shouldn't eat that. You know that this is bad for you. You shouldn't drink milk. Don't do that.
Anything that you do that is a choice for you. And one of the things also why when somebody tells me is like, I want to try Brave. Is it nice? So I don't want to say that it's the best thing or that is. I just want to say, and that's why we have the trials. You try it. If it's for you, if it makes you come back and you feel good and you feel happy about it, then that's the thing that you should do. If dancing it is, then dance. If this, whatever it is, I just don't agree with the trying to force somebody or to preach, because it goes, for me, it triggers the religious part, you know?
Yeah.
And I come from a Catholic environment, and one of the things that I hated, that everything was guilted into, oh, this is because you didn't talk to God, you know, or this is because you don't. No, you should talk to God, and then things will be so much better. It's a higher moral standpoint. Religions are good to a certain extent. I don't believe in it anymore. When you have somebody that's trying to force something on you because they think that this is the thing that is good, buddy, if it's good for you, I'm so happy, and I support you. And if I invite you to eat, I'll make a vegan course or buy some vegan stuff for you and have it at home. But I like this other thing, and it works for me. I have tried being vegetarian or eating vegan, and it doesn't work in my body. I don't have energy. I feel tired. It just doesn't work for me. I believe that we should have a balanced diet where we can eat everything with moderation and be very, very careful with things that are processed. You know, because this is chemicals and stuff that we create to make this weird flavors or fake stuff that it tastes really good. Everything, it lights up everything on your brain like any other drug. You get happy from it, but it's not good. So anything that is naturally sourced and is good and it's not processed and you eat with balance, I think that's the best thing. And some products will work better for him and some products will be better for me.
Exactly, yeah.
10 years of veganism.
10 years of regret.
No, come on. You had to learn this.
Yes.
You had to learn that, yes, I've done this for 10 years or whatever, and this part feels good, this part does not. But that's how long it took you personally to figure out what nutrition was for you. Tell me about the transition out of that now.
I think it started, let's say, just maybe 2 years ago. Also, during these 10 years, I had like maybe a half year somewhere when I added back in eggs.
Okay.
Because I love eggs. I mean,
because like when you get super hammered, you just want chicken nuggets.
I just want eggs.
I just wanted huevos.
Yeah. Werewolves. Because I'm hairy.
No, not werewolves. Oh man.
Huevos, Kim, huevos.
Huevos? Yes. What is it? Huevos?
That's Spanish for eggs.
But also.
Cojones.
Yeah.
See. My doubt started kind of grew maybe 2 years ago, or I felt it's time to go back. But then I was like, that's a big decision again.
Yeah.
Because also this thing is, I took this decision when I was 23, 24, naive, young also for my age. I was a boy. Sari, who I was dating, she's vegan, and she talks about it, and then I was like, see this documentary. This is true.
And
also I think I wanted to, purpose and identity.
Sure.
Yeah. We are tribalists.
Yeah.
We, as human beings, we are tribalists. We want to belong. You know, this is why gay people stay in the closet, because you want to belong. You want to belong. You don't want to be outcasted. You don't want to be an outsider. You don't want to be told, I don't want to hang out with you. We want to belong to something. You find a place where you had a sense of belonging. And it's really hard to let go when you feel like I'm not going to have a place where I belong.
Especially a place of belonging that has such a very significant purpose to it. I mean, that's wild to me. The principles of that type of lifestyle. I feel like a Republican. I don't like your lifestyle, boy.
Lifestyle. Your choices.
Your choices of veganism is hurting me in the following ways. This is your intervention. Put the meat in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Everybody likes a piece of meat sometimes.
And there it is.
It was good. It was good, Jose. And well, I turned people vegan as well. And my friend tried it. Yeah.
You're the prophet.
I did
You're the prophet.
I am I'm the prophet.
Did you walk around with a book or something?
It's right there.
Because the funny thing is,
Book of broccoli.
sorry, the girl, the book of
Now we're making fun
the
of
holy
vegans.
veganism.
no,
They're
Sorry,
gonna come
vegans.
for you.
Yes,
they're gonna come for you.
me.
And then she was like, "You need to talk about it. You, a man, and a quite strong, talk about that you're vegan, like because not many other dudes were vegan
Mhm.
in that thing. And then Yuval became vegan. Then we met groups, and it was quite a few. So and yeah, so then when I came to Sweden, it was more like not to strangers. I was like, you should be vegan, but friends around or people I worked with in cafes and stuff. And then some people were already vegetarian, and I
Mhm.
kind of bopped them over to veganism.
Not enough for a vegan to me to have a friend that is vegetarian. That is like,
No, because when we were vegan, they were like, why? We didn't understand them. They were almost more annoying because they didn't went all the way. Seriously, like we were like, oh, why are you fucking vegetarian? Because you couldn't see the positive. You couldn't. It was like all or nothing.
Right.
I felt like that.
Sure.
I was the same. And then a couple of years, I didn't really care. I was just still vegan. I was still eating plant-based, but I didn't care what other people did. I was whatever. So I left that preaching veganism quite many years ago.
but did the preaching ended because when you came here, you felt outside? Like you were not, you didn't feel welcome in the group that was here. So that also had some influence into, okay, maybe this is not where I belong.
When you say here, you mean Sweden.
In Sweden, yeah, because you said that you had an experience here that you were not enough, or that there was this.
What happened? So I came back and I was preaching to my friends, and then I had been away for like 2.5 years. I was not in a good place either because I broke up with this girl. I left the country. I decided to stay in for quite some while, and I came home and like I'm heartbroken.
And I'm hungry.
I'm hungry because I don't have protein. I think I made it worse of preaching to my friends. Many of us were still friends today, like in the guy group since kindergarten almost. And they were like, "Shut up, Kim." I was like, "No." And I couldn't understand. Like I was more like, "Well, I'm doing this. This is the right way. I mean, I want to help you." So it doesn't work out. I mean, it's me creating this distance. Me, if I'm just don't talk about it, and you say, "Hey, if we go out to dinner, I can't follow you if you go to this carnivore thing, but I can join and have some fries." I think I just made it worse because it was my identity. I was like, I don't want to give McDonald's money. I don't want to go even buy a vegan burger at McDonald's because then I support them. So I think I just created myself, and then I just realized, I mean, vegan is not me. It's not my identity.
Right.
I'm more than what I eat.
Way much more.
Yeah.
Way much more.
Matters almost made worse because then I made Christina vegan. Because then so we started dating. She ate it all. And then I saw another documentary, which was The Game Changer.
Yeah.
And then it was this very big dude who was vegan.
We need to get Kim off documentaries.
Yes. I was like, this is true. But
I know this one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite motivational because with training, and you had this boxer who says he's plant-based. You
Right.
had this really fucking muscle man, and he's like super strong, and then you're like, oh my God, they're vegans.
But it is consuming. It is their entire, to the point where the amount of calories being, oh my God, I couldn't do it for a day.
And also, this is people that they're sports persons.
Right.
They are sponsored by many, many brands.
It's their job.
So it will cost you thousands of dollars a month to eat what they eat and to take the supplements that they take. It's nice to see them like that, but all the supplements, they're so expensive. They don't pay for this, and they leave to work out and take all these supplements because they're sponsored by it. So that could be also an outlier from that image that people will get.
If you're a vegan bodybuilder in the comments, tell us what your plan is. I'm curious. I think it would be super cool to see. It's not something that I'm interested in. It's not something that I would research, but I would happily look into it if somebody out there wants to tell us their vegan bodybuilding or super athletic plant-based diet. I would love to see it.
Yeah, because also then when I'm in the midst of it and then wanted to find inspiration, what should I eat? And then I found they said they were vegan. I'm not sure if they have been vegan for a long time. Some of them they were quite big guys. But then everyone said the same. Oh, when I'm bulking up, I have this bowl of rice and beans and tomato, and then I add some mayonnaise. And then when I'm deafing or leaning down,
Yep.
I don't have the mayonnaise. I'm like, really? Is that it? I eat that. Like, what the fuck? What else should I eat? Because I felt like, how much should I train and eat to kind of get to that level?
Genetics also play a lot. You cannot have his ass, for example. You can.
Why'd you take it right to my ass?
Because it's genetics.
What are you trying to say?
The badarka dunk.
If you see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back.
But it's true, you know. And some people say, "Oh, I want that ass," and you have influencers that are like, "You can have this ass," and this like crazy ass. It's like it'll take you a lot of work, but it'll never be that ass that guy has, you know, because this guy has that ass.
You know what? It's true.
Or girls have beautiful ass. Yeah.
Girls too. Don't forget the girls and everything in between. I have had many leg injuries. I hardly ever work on my legs, especially post knee surgery. My legs and my ass have pretty much stayed the same from my regular workouts. I do include squats and deadlifts and everything, but nothing extreme. I'm not going to have an ass and leg focused workout 3 times a week. I'm not doing that. And you do. But I've never had to. I've always had, those are my genes. Flintstone legs. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah, I know.
You got these things over there.
But I think because I have quite big legs for a long time, first I was just fat.
You need to put a picture. You need to put a picture. Yeah.
I want to see it.
So it could be a curse as well, because I wanted to see if I can maybe shrink legs.
No.
Don't you touch those thighs.
Hell no.
Thick thighs save lives.
Because of see if that would work. Because I'm not really doing any major focus.
Thick
Thick
thighs
thighs, girl.
save lives.
Yes.
Do not touch them.
Thick thighs save lives.
Every day.
Every day. Okay, cool. Well, I didn't know. So I'm saving lives. I was vegan. I saved lives.
You know
now.
how hard some people work because they get told that they have chicken legs. You know how hard people work out to have like
hours
thicker legs. And
years.
This is hard. That's hard to
That's hard to do. Okay, so then transitioning out of veganism.
So I wanted to kind of do it, but then my wife was like, "No." She's like, "You dragged me into this.
Right.
You fucking stay vegan now."
You changed my life.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's time. Because now what happened also was I think there's 3 reasons. So one was just we watched this show, Yellowstone.
Another documentary, Kim?
No, it's not a documentary. It's a series. No, the show on Sky Showtime. Yellowstone is about the Yellowstone Park in America, Montana. So it's a ranch.
Disaster? Does it explode or something?
No.
It's not going to be a nap time movie for you.
No, no nap time movie. But so it's about them tending to the ranch and cattle and just there is some drama. It's quite a lot of drama.
Yeah, you don't like drama.
Yeah. Anyway, so we saw that. We'll follow that a couple of years. I just get a sense of this kind of other side of tending to animals, like farming animals. And then we saw this year Jeremy Clarkson's farm, the Top Gear guy or the Grand Tour guy, the British. So he buys a farm and he does a TV show about it. And then he's this kind of noob. He doesn't know anything. And he's like, let's get cows. And they were like, he doesn't know what to do. So, he has friends around, other farmers. It's quite fun, interesting show. And then you see them, okay, now we're going to put these 2 cows away for sale, slaughtery, and, get the meat back and sell it in our store. And then when they send these 2 cows away or sheep or pigs, and they cry. I mean, Jeremy is emotional and we get emotional at home. We're like, oh my God, this cow. But then he says like these 2 cows or 1 cow can feed 1,000 people. I was like, what? 1,000 people? I mean, that's a lot. All of this connected then with we're having a baby and I'm not feeling well. I've been thinking about is my diet actually the fault? So the last 2, when was COVID? Is it 3 years ago? Around there?
2020?
I was sick. Like I got COVID a year after COVID kind of exploded. And then since that time, I've been sick. I was sick once a quarter or even more. I mean, you felt like a cold is coming or like a throat. I have to call in sick, be at home because you have feverish quite often. And I was like the health itself. I was almost never sick, but rarely. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And my mother-in-law, she's like, what is wrong with Kim? Kim's always sick. I was like, nah, I think it's because I'm just tired or my ADHD or whatever. And then since I went eating meat, I have not been sick, like at all. This has been, well, it's not been super long. It's been 4 months. Haven't felt any little bit cold, nothing. And I feel stronger. I feel more focused. But I could add maybe let's say 2 things of the choice. I forgot. I have this book called Genius Foods with Max Lugavere.
Ooh, look at your French.
Oi. I can put up the book so you see it in the picture. I saw an interview with him not talking about veganism versus carnivore or eat it all.
There should not be a versus.
Yeah.
I know.
There shouldn't be a versus. There shouldn't be a you wrong or you right or
Yes.
I'm better or I'm worse or there shouldn't be any of that. There shouldn't be any ostracizing about anything.
Except for me.
Yes, he's wrong
Oh.
all the time.
Oh.
Terrible.
Oh.
What I learned from this guy, he lost his mom very early to dementia, Alzheimer's. And he was like, why? He wanted to figure out. He worked in journalism. He wrote books with scientists and he just did a couple of years just kind of researching with scientists to figure shit out. And what they found out was that meat and dairy and like avocado, good oils help your brain so you don't get it or kind of work against it. It helped me make a good decision. I was like, okay, well, let's do it. And then when we started eating meat, I mean, I'm not making this up. My body is kind of craving more. Not as I'm hungry or I have this kind of like, I want something sweet.
You're running off of protein.
I think I was very low on something because I feel much better. And also with eggs, all of it. I'm a little bit sensitive of some dairy product. Like I tried cream. I was like, that was no good. And I know now what people think. I would never give up cheese if I went vegan. That would be hard. And now I'm like, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. I fucking get you. We had sometimes 2 cheeses at home at the same time. And I was like, whoa.
And again, this is just a personal experience. Things work different for everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that one thing is bad or the other thing is good. It just means that you need to find the right nutrition or the right way to do fitness as well that works for you. Don't try to follow some people that are doing something because you think that this is how you want to look, because what they do might not work for you at all, or it might do even the opposite, or lead to an injury or lead to a reaction of your body towards that diet.
Yeah, I think it's incredible for you to have been living one way for 10 years and to now be trying to figure out what works best for you. Ultimately, the pendulum is swinging to the other side.
Yeah.
I'm just so curious to sit back and watch you go through this and to see how your body reacts. Same thing with your wife, and to watch you both like explore this. I think it's really cool. I think it can be really scary, and I think it's important that you're doing it with like no fear. You guys are kind of just jumping right in. It's encouraging because it doesn't only have to be about, I'm switching from vegan to eating meat again. This is an example of just change, period. Change for something that's going to make me feel better personally. That's a huge lesson that all of us have to learn, to just be, excuse the pun, but brave about just jumping in.
Like I said, it's all in good, with good intentions, and there's no, like I said, there's no right or wrong. Just like Dom said, if you are a bodybuilder or if you are into veganism, what is your opinion on what we talk? What do you think, that we're totally wrong, that we're totally right? I know that people are very, very fond of, like you were saying, it's almost like it becomes part of your identity. So some people might feel like attacked, and that's not the intention. Is not to attack. Tell us everything. If you feel attacked, just tell us. If you didn't, just tell us. It is always good to have all points of view merged together, so nobody feels that they have the right standpoint. It's good to be able to be open to talk whatever your point of view is. And with respect, with love, we can disagree. We can totally disagree.
I'm going to say it the other way. Don't come for me in the comments. No, I'm kidding. Come correct.
Yeah.
All of this is out from a place of love and from a place of understanding and maybe a little bit of naivete as well for things we don't fully understand.
Yeah.
I would love to know more. But be kind. It is the internet after all. And everybody should be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Can I roll my eyes any harder? Don't want to pop my Botox.
I can see the pitch and forks.
Oh yeah. I think I will piss off some of you, but
Yeah, somebody's pissed off.
As I said
That's
beginning,
okay.
it's my journey. This is I don't know. Many of us I think tend to take a decision early in life, and then you stick with it.
Mhm.
Because I felt I couldn't kind of switch back. I mean, I almost felt like fraud or phony. I mean, like,
Yeah,
look at him preaching for 10 years, and now he's going back. Fucking idiot, man.
fully understand that.
I actually had a friend who Victor. Fuck you. Fucking annoying as hell. I told him something else. He was like, well, it was the same thing when you told me like 10 years ago when you were vegan, and I'm not going to listen to you because now you're coming back. I was like, fuck you.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Brotherly love.
Yeah, my husband is very angry with a friend of mine that did that.
Oh,
you
yeah?
know, and we had this beautiful meal in my house. I cook for everybody, and I made sure that I got this stew before so she could have part of the stew. But I forgot that it had fond.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm like, I'm sorry, it has fond, but if you want to have it, it's veggies and everything, but it has chicken fond. And she's like, no, I cannot eat it. So everybody was eating this super nice meal, and my husband is like, what you gonna eat? I'm like, I'm gonna cut it a piece of watermelon. So I had watermelon in the fridge, and she was eating watermelon while everybody was eating the nice meal. And he was so angry that I cooked for so many hours and she was eating watermelon. He's like, it's just fond. Yes. I'm like, no, it's okay. Just respect her. And then the last time we met together, we went to a restaurant and she had steak.
Got him.
My husband.
Yeah, that's what it is. No.
He just looks like he has no filter.
It is not, you know what? You be on your journey, girl. Look at you changing your life.
You made my
It's
husband.
what you made.
Yeah.
So she didn't eat the food that you cooked for hours because she was this. You know, she's ordering fucking steak medium rare.
Oh, that's a leap. What was that like months after? Medium rare. Bloody.
With that said, thank you so much for joining us, Kim, and thank you for being super vulnerable and telling your story and being open about, how you've changed your life and what all this means to you. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I would then go back to behind the camera.
We'll have you many times.
Yeah, back to behind the camera where you belong.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, go.
We're gonna have another guest soon. He's
It's a secret.
a reality star
Oh, God.
from Sweden. And then the next episode, we're gonna spill some tea about us. Stay tuned.
What? Well, none of that is approved. Also, we are trying to up our subscriptions. So if you like listening, but you're not subscribed, please do hit that button on YouTube, on Spotify.
I don't know where the bottom is.
It's there. It's all over. And go to our TikTok and like and subscribe there as well. The more numbers we get, the better it is for us. We get some people to sponsor us. We get better equipment. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you,
See you
guys.
later, alligators.
Ciao.
Bye. My top 5 is basic. Beef, chicken,
Corn,
no.
watermelon,
My favorite,
grape soda.
how dare you? How dare you? Watermelon is an inside fruit. You won't catch me out in the streets
Oh,
eating
sorry, that's
watermelon.
cornbread.
How dare you? Kim, you're lucky. He's lucky.
I'm on the air. I'm safe.
Yeah. You wait till these cameras turn off.
every heart.